You're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581.
Hi.
877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs.
Casey.
John Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
All right, everybody. Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It is time for the Jobfather, Job Seeker Community Radio Show podcast. We're here. Guys, let me tell you something. We want to thank Tiffany Heard Carlin. I hope I got all the last names right. Anyway, guys, We are officially. I want you guys to go to LinkedIn and pull up JOCO Community Radio. We are actually now EMG, a radio collective, and the reason is that we were so good with covering things in Johnson County that Tiffany and folks were asked to cover Tarrant County. So we are official for Johnson County and Tarrant County, and y'all know when you're on social media, you're all over the world, which this radio show is, because it's streaming radio, and we stream radio to other radio channels that stream. And oh my God, you know how this technology stuff is in this day and time. So. Guys, I want you to look us up on LinkedIn. Go to Joco Community Radio. I want you guys to like and share, but mainly follow us. I want you guys to follow us. That helps us out here. And we got a jam-packed show today, but we always start off with a word of prayer. So if you guys would bow with us, we'll get there. Father God, we are coming to you, asking you to help us today. Those of us that are on the show that are not looking for jobs, but we are serving people that are. And we ask that you help these people expeditiously. You know where everybody is and the worries and the stress and all that stuff. We're asking for help and get us there as quickly as you can before our back of our heads blow up. Just kidding. And help us, God, in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Really?
Especially the blow up
All
part.
right.
Amen to that, Foster.
Nigel and I and Mez and all, we talk to job seekers all the time, and oh my God, I sometimes I think the back of the head's gonna blow up. So I want to get my plastic and put it, because I don't want to get brains and blood all of anyway. See how nerdy I am? Well, Casey knows how I am. But guys, here I want to try to make you guys laugh. Since I saw Tiffany Paisley, that reminded me. Okay, Foster, you got to give the dad joke. We always start off with a dad joke, guys. So I want to ask everybody. I want you to think about this real close. Why did the Cyclops quit his job at the university? Why did the Cyclops quit his job at the university?
It's like, where is
We
this
don't-
going?
We don't know. Why did the Cyclops quit his job at the university, Foster?
Because he only had one pupil.
And that's where we're at, people. That was good. Pastor, I give you that one. That was good.
Our job is done here, folks.
Tiffany, exactly. Yeah, I'm done. Tiffany Paisley. Oh, there's my man Dan Moore. We got Jason Hopper. with us.
Oh, Jason Hopper. Hello.
Dustin Williams. I like his last name. That's the way that goes. And there's a whole bunch of people going to be with us today. And you folks out at Kaiser Permanente out there in California, thanks for joining us. If you have a question or anything that you want to say, y'all just put it in the chat. You know, that's the way it works. So, all right, I have lamed y'all out today. And see, I even made Nigel laugh.
You did.
Oh, that's impressive.
So Mez is going to introduce everybody. Y'all, Mez is going to introduce everybody. So Mez, get the introducing.
I will, but I thought there was a lot of landings.
You know, I'm glad you reminded me of that. Guys, there's so many landings. Hey, Bill Benishek, good to hang with you yesterday, man. Listen, guys, at South Lake Focus Group, only one of our groups, Lord knows, across the United States, I think we got 117 or something. Anyway, but you know what, guys? Just in South Lake Focus Group, yesterday we had 7, 8 landings. The week before that, we had 10, I think. And then the week before that, there was another 4 at Frisco Connect. We had 4 guys. I'm saying all this to say this, and thanks, Mez, because me and Mez were talking about this earlier. This is going on. Things are starting to happen now. So you guys keep your heads up and don't think, listen, if you guys think that, oh, I think I may be too old to get a job, y'all better not tell Foster that. I'll hurt your feelings. You go to work.
Don't bring that crap.
You're not too old to get bills.
We hear that all the time. So Nigeal and I said, get that out of here. We're not going to do it that way. Get up and go to work.
Exactly.
So we got too much
Exactly.
going on in this network, guys, and keep your heads up, keep going. I mean, we ain't got no choice but to keep going, but it's gonna happen sooner or later. Okay, Mez, did I do a good job of that?
Yes, you did. You did fantastic.
Okay.
And I'm going to get to introducing. So these lovely ladies are all my wives. I love them so much. They are my family. They are my heart, and they have graciously agreed to come on this lovely show. So, starting from the upper right-hand corner, left-hand corner, I'm dyslexic, squirrel. So we have Karen Gray. She's the president
Yay,
of
Karen.
yeah, we have the president, I repeat, president of Texas
Ooh.
Business Women, founder and coach as well, if you're lucky enough to get her, of Gray Coaching.
Mhm.
So, Tiffany, if you want to post her stuff in the chat as well, going down from there, we have Miss Casey Hastings. She's the director, I repeat, director of
Oh
recruiting
my
for
God.
VIP recruiting. So we have some big names. And then we have Nigeal, the master
Oh,
negotiator.
that's Master
So if you
Blaster
have
down there.
anything you want to know about negotiations, she's hardcore, she's real. She is an HR executive. Remind me again, Nigeal, where you're at right now.
I am actually consulting right now. So
Yeah,
Nigeal
okay, so
works for Nigeal at the
she always
Mahogany
does.
Advisory Group. And so we are doing
Nice.
fractional leadership for multiple companies right now in the transportation space. So
Girl, if
There
you
we
get
go.
fired, I'm through with you.
And of course, you have the lovely Foster Williams, also a
Yay.
recruiter. Yay, we love our
Hey.
Foster. But we have three extremely powerful people here. And the goal of this, having
Y'all
this
pray for me. I
panel,
got all these ladies on here. Oh my God.
yeah, Foster, you're kind of outnumbered here. Sorry about your bad luck.
I think he's pretty lucky today. Look at this man. He
Absolutely.
is lucky.
That's what it is. God
That's
always
fair.
blesses me. He sure does.
So the way we were thinking this would go is one, ladies, I want to hear your gripes and your complaints about what problems you're facing as recruiters, as coaches, what problems you're hearing back from candidates, and then candidates in the chat. Let us know. This is a safe zone, okay? Completely safe, no judgment zone. This is
No
our
judgment.
space to vent and or ask the real questions. There's no pressure whatsoever. And sometimes candidates will ask questions that recruiters never even thought of, and vice versa. So, Karen, if you would like to start and just give us a little introduction about yourself, and we can continue on.
Well, I think you nailed the introduction, but yeah, I'm here in the Dallas area. I'm up in Denton County.
Oh yeah, I used to live
And
up there.
so coaching full time. I am a serial volunteer. So I volunteer in a lot of places.
I know.
And one of the things that I probably see the most is there's a sea of same out there. So people are really struggling with, how do I stand out? How do I differentiate myself? How do I differentiate my message so that people can find me? Because there are opportunities, but there's
Yes.
so many opportunities and so many people that are probably quote unquote qualified for it. But how do I just get seen in this sea of qualified candidates? So that's probably one of the most common things. And that's the same problem that businesses have when they're marketing. So if you're self-employed, same problem. Networking organizations, there's 1,000 of them out there. So it's not unique to job seekers, but it feels more desperate when you have so much on the line.
Try to get out of that cookie cutter. Like, we don't want a cookie.
Yeah,
we don't like a cookie.
Yeah, I mean, we live our whole life to be just like everybody else and be like the popular crowd. And then you come to a situation and it's like, I don't want to be like the crowd anymore. I really want to stand out and have my message differentiated, and I want to be different. So here's a message to anyone listening to this. If you're trying to stand in the crowd, stand out, be unique. That's where your gold and your gems are.
And I'll carry you one further than that. You are unique. God made all of
Absolutely.
it. Look at our faces. We don't all look the same,
Same.
especially mine. Oh my God. But we have those gifts that God made us. We all don't like the same thing. We all get excited over different things. Guys,
Right.
be yourself. Do not. Let me get real close to the screen. Do not be scripted, guys. When you there you
Mhm.
go. Thanks, Mass. Do not be scripted, guys, when you talk to people, especially in the interview. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Let your whatever gifts you have shine. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to come
Jason
out.
just
It's going
popped
to come out.
in. He said,
Okay.
Gotta
"Are you
come out.
outstanding at standing out?" I
Out.
love that quote, Jason.
I like that. That's good.
Mhm.
Jason
All
Hopper.
right. So, Miss Casey, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Well, you don't have a freaking choice. You are going to do it. You are working. You're on the clock. You are
We
on the
all know
clock.
Casey. Everybody knows Casey already.
Oh, Mez, you walked right into that one.
I
You
did. I
gave her an
did.
opportunity to say no.
That's like my favorite word right now is no,
No.
setting
She's
boundaries.
not joking, y'all.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we
It's
don't
joking.
get to say it
literally
enough, do we,
joking.
Casey?
I say
Yeah.
no a lot. So, but I said yes to this opportunity because I wanted to be with you guys today. So, my name is Casey Hasten. I am the director of recruiting with VIP, which is a boutique accounting and finance recruiting agency.
One
Been
of the
with
best
them
ones.
for a
Yeah.
little over 6 years now, believe it or not.
Oh,
It's hard to
wow.
believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely love what I do because with VIP, I have the opportunity to really get to know my candidates and my clients. I don't have those huge goals of having to go make 300 outbound calls a week just
Oh
because,
God, metrics.
yes, we don't have that
Mm.
because VIP is a go-giver company. We really want to make sure that we are doing the best we can for our candidates. And so because of that, that allows me a little bit more space and time to get to really know my candidates to help make sure that I'm really aligning them with the perfect career. And I agree with what everybody's saying here, Karen. One of the biggest problems is the candidates don't stand out. And another problem that I have when I'm working with candidates, because I coach every single one of my candidates before they go on an interview. And, I've been doing this about a minute, right?
Yeah, we won't
So
talk about
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few good tips. When I'm sharing tips with you, at least be receptive to hearing about them. Don't just say, no, that's not going to work. Well, how
Yeah.
do you know?
How
Have you
you
tried
know
it?
Yeah.
you ain't got no job?
Yeah.
Right.
I
All you
literally
have is time.
Oh, Foster, that was cold.
I
That was
literally
cold,
had
wasn't
a candidate tell me the other day, I'm like, you need to make sure that you have lots of questions. And I have a great little tip for developing questions during the interview that helps you develop more questions because we all know that some are going to get asked and answered organically throughout the
Right.
conversation.
Yes.
And this candidate told me, he's like, I don't ever ask questions at the end. I'm like, that may
Oh,
be why you don't have
don't
a
have
A
job.
job.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Show some
yeah.
curiosity.
An interest.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all
Something.
just study the companies before you interview with them. So Casey is a recovering CPA, I believe, aren't you, Casey?
Not quite a
Recover.
CPA, but an accountant.
CPA.
I am a recovered accountant.
She's a recovered accountant. See, I remember that much.
Oh,
But guys, you know what? Casey and I have been recruiting for a long time. Karen's been around. Even Mez has been. Oh my God, she's
Mhm.
it's been a
and
while.
definitely Nigel, because Nigel's an HR like me. And you know what? Act like you're interested. At least tell me something about why you
Mhm.
are interested in
Mhm.
my company, or else I may get this idea in my head that you're just interviewing with me for practice.
Yeah.
Or to check a box.
Check.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Don't be a box checker. Stand out.
Please don't.
No box
No,
check.
don't.
Nigel, what you think about all this? You see job seekers
You,
all the time.
you know what? I've been in a handful of interviews that I wanted to end, right? And I was interviewing other people for the job.
COVID
But
days.
you know,
Oh.
we're weird like that. We're like, no, you got to stay in here for at least 45 minutes and give them the 10 minutes of no questions asked, right? Two things.
Ah.
I think these ladies have great comments. I think the one of the things that I agree that I see is people not wanting to stand out. If you're an unemployed HR person and you're a senior level executive like me, if I were looking for a job in the corporate space and you're not out assertively networking with CHROs, how you gonna
Uh-huh.
find your next opportunity?
Uh-huh.
every job that I ever got was brought to me by somebody that I knew. I have never gone out and looked for a job, right?
Me
And I
too.
have
I didn't
people
even have a resume.
you didn't even have a resume on file for me. So if you're not actively selling yourself, I can solve your problem. I read the press releases. I looked at some of the information that you put out. I'm a part of your career center for the companies that you're targeting. So you're getting the updates. And even though you're not there yet, you know what's happening in the organization and you know what to pull into the interview. I don't know what to tell you. You're not really looking for a job. It's probably what I'll tell you. Is that how are you looking? You're not.
Oh, that is so good.
That is good. That is.
We have a ton of time right now. What you doing?
That's true. That's true. I love what Jason just said. I once ended an interview with the recruiter. It freaked her out. I guess no one had done that before. Jason, you're not by
Do
yourself.
it.
I
Do
was
it.
interviewing when I was interviewing, back when dinosaurs were on there. I'm kidding.
That's it.
But guys, if it's not that right thing,
Mhm.
hey, don't waste nobody's time.
No.
If
You
it's
know
not
what?
the right thing, and you will know when it's not
Foster,
right.
I have a story about that, guys.
Go.
Somebody
story
called
time.
me yesterday out of not yesterday, or a couple weeks ago out of London, and he was a lovely recruiter. He had a great personality. He started telling me about the job, and he told me, Nigel, we're readying this company to sell, and it might not be in 1 year, but it might be 36 months or 60 months or whatever. And I asked him straightforward, I said, do you have any LTI? If I'm gonna build something and you gonna sell it, I'm going to profit with everybody else, right? And he said, we don't have any. I said, okay, I think we're done here.
For Nigel, for everybody else that doesn't know what LTI is, can you want to define that?
Long-term incentive. So it's
There we
stock
go.
options, right? or just basic stock, right? In a special grade
Right.
for whoever they're giving it to. And so it's like, you don't have any stock for me, but the other executives have stock, and I'm in HR. I will not be the lone executive without stock options. I won't, right? And for me, I said, no. And he said, but I love what we're talking about, and I love your energy. That's good. Go find some stock options, and we'll talk about it when you do.
Exactly.
If you don't find any, then we don't have to talk again. And I still think it's a great opportunity. It's just not for me.
Love you fine, but where's my stock?
That's it. Right.
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to point out a comment by Tiffany Paisley where she said VIP is great, and she called out one of my best coworkers, Angela Rose.
Oh, shout out to Angela Rose.
And Ange has been on the show before,
She
guys.
has.
Her
She's
and
great.
Joe. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Angela.
And Joe Nunez.
Nunez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. Oh my
Don't
gosh.
hit me upside the head, man. I get it right.
That's it.
So, can I ask a question? Because we all said,
Sure.
we want them to stand out in the process.
Yes.
But can we quantify or clarify what we mean by that? Because to some people, standing out may be showing up in their PJs with bunny slippers. Like, we're not talking about that kind of standing out. You want to be
That'd be me.
memorable, but don't be a Miz in this moment. Don't be that memorable.
You guys know what I'm
I
going
love
to
you,
say.
Liz. I'm
Karen,
just
that is
joking.
a wonderful question, because why do we network, guys? We network so we can build relationships with some people, so someone can endorse us. Now, a lot of times we recruiters have, and Casey's seen this, we have 1,000 resumes stacked up. Or we know it's on the computer. We don't have them stacked up anymore, guys. They're on the computer. But if Mez is in there, how am I going to find Mez if I only had time to go through 10 or 12 of those resumes, and I got another 100 stacked up waiting in there? Well, Karen Gray called me, and I respect Karen Gray. I got a relationship with Karen Gray, and she said, hey, I suggested that my friend Casey Hasten apply for this job. Guess what I'm going to do?
You're going to look at Casey Hastings.
Yeah, I'm going to go in there and fish her out. That's one way. That's only one way, guys. So let's talk about more stuff. Yeah, Foster, shut up.
I think in the same vein, if you because a lot of the work that we do, Foster, I think we use referrals quite a lot, and that's just being honest. But if you give me a name, I'm going to their LinkedIn, and I'm looking for certain things, particularly for HR, and then anybody who is a subject matter expert in their field. Are you contributing to articles? Have you posted recently, and what are you posting about? Right. I'm looking at your brand. for the organization, and is it a fit for the culture and the work that we're doing? And I'm just being honest. Now, I don't typically go to Facebooks, but I know some recruiters that'll go to your Facebook and see if you have a presence on Instagram to make sure there's continuity. Yeah, Foster.
No,
but
I
don't do
preach
that.
it.
I'm one
Yeah.
of
Oh,
them.
you preaching? Okay, I'm preaching, but you saying amen. I got you. But I don't do that.
The choir.
Is it? He's the choir.
Would you either
But I
wipe the
don't do
window?
that, guys.
Wipe the window?
But I am gonna look at your LinkedIn, right? I am, and I'm gonna see what your brand is about, because I think in this day and time where there is a lot of social media and TikTok and all this other stuff, I want to know who the person is I'm getting, not just the skills and experience piece, but who you are. Ladies?
Oh, I couldn't agree with that more. And, you know, one of the big problems that I see, and you've probably seen this, Nigel and Foster, is that your LinkedIn needs to mimic your resume.
Absolutely.
Mimic. Mimic.
Yes.
Not
But I mean,
be
don't tell me you have a job
identical.
here. Yeah.
Right.
You've had a job here at this time, and then on your resume, you've got a completely different career path.
Correct.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
That goes in file 13.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
It's the quickest way to get disqualified. And I'll be honest, in an ATS, if you're not using the keywords that I use to post the job, I will not go find you and look for you in the ATS. You're either in the top 20% or you're not of candidates. I'm looking for that 80% match. And guys, I'm just being honest because I'm low on time.
Yep.
Boy, that's the truth.
Yeah, you've got to stand out, and like not bunny slipper stand out, but stand out. So,
Hi, J-Hop.
and I want to go back to the networking issue, because so many people, they make the mistake of not networking until they need it, aka being without a job. You need to always be building your network, because otherwise it looks inauthentic. If you're just going because like you're like, oh, now I need something, now I'm going to go talk to you.
It makes you look cheap and a sellout. I think I can use myself as a prime example, Foster. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't left this network since, what, 2019? Early 2019.
Since you joined, you're a biochemical engineer. And
I'm a biochemical engineer.
She has alphabet soup behind her name.
Yeah.
She is alphabet soup.
She came to our
She's
HR
smart
group,
for all
like,
of us.
really? And you know, guys, the key thing that you're going to do in your job search is get out of your house and go out. It may be on Zoom, but hopefully in person, because we got wonderful places like Frisco Connect, and we've got South Lake Focus Group, and we've got Jeff Morris's North Dallas Career Network. And guys, get out where you can meet people, and you'll be surprised what will happen. My dad used to say, if you pray and ask God for something, at least show up somewhere, show up to church or wherever you need to go where you can receive your blessing. And
you got to buy the lotto ticket to win the lotto.
Oh my God.
You do. You got to buy the lotto ticket. That's the first step.
I guess I'm not going to win the lotto.
So we got 3 minutes. There's so much we have to say here.
I know.
And then
I need to tell Dan Moore, give a shout out to Dan Moore. We've got James Sewer saying he's trying to transition from a classroom. Do we have any tips for him? We have Tiffany saying she struggles with the networking, right? There are folks who actually struggle with that and how to brand themselves. So maybe when we come back, we can share, we can dig into that. If you
I like that.
That's good. Definitely, yeah.
I got a thing for you too. If you are a woman listening to this, struggling with networking, June the 8th, Casey Hasten is going to be on stage with a panel talking about how to network, how to monetize your network, how to create deep relationships. We have an amazing panel. It's at the Texas Businesswomen State Conference.
Ooh, yeah.
There's going to be so many nuggets, so many great women pouring into you and helping you build your portfolio, your network. $200 if you're not a Texas Businesswomen member. $200, you get meals covered and you get all of this information. So it's TexasBBWConnect.com. Mez is going to be there. Nigel, I'd love for you to come, but Casey's going to be on stage talking about this exact topic.
You said the 8th, right? You haven't put that on my calendar yet.
Mind you, Mez, will you share that with me? And then
I will.
Okay.
So I will get that together because obviously wifey just tells me where to show up, and I'm a good husband. I just show up.
And I have one more thing to throw in really quick. So let's say you got the interview. How do you stand out after the fact?
Right.
Follow, everything is in the follow through. Follow up.
Follow up.
Send a thank you note. Send an email. Follow up
Yes.
and let them know the thoughts that you had, any feedback,
Mhm.
thank yous go huge, right? Like how many people send a personal thank you note anymore, right?
And let me
If you
just
wanna
add
stand
to
out,
that.
Mhm.
Proofread your thank you notes,
Thank
please.
you. Thank you.
Oh, I got it. There's a story behind that. I want to hear that.
There is a story.
Do not put the other company you interviewed with in the thank
That's
you
it.
note.
That's
Don't
it.
do that, right?
Put
And the
in their
other
That's
thing,
letterhead.
something I would do.
please.
Oh my God. I would.
And guys, share something you learned in your thank you. Make it unique.
Yeah.
Make them feel like you were connected and in the
Connect.
room.
Yes.
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 Yes. To all of that. Everything y'all said. Yes. What they said.
We're making your job easy today,
Hey, my
Pastor.
job
Come
is
on.
easy today. I know what to do today. I got all these ladies on here. My job is to shut up and let you guys go. All of you guys are successful at what you do, and I especially like the fact for you ladies that are listening today. We're going to cover that in the second part of the show a little bit too.
We hear
Okay,
music.
there it is.
Don't
There
go
it is.
anywhere. We'll be right back. We have some
We'll
good
be back.
content coming up.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Welcome to our lives, people.
Don't drink.
I'm not. This is me naturally. Can you imagine me on alcohol? Jesus mercy.
Welcome back, everybody. We're having fun. You know, this is what happens when you get us. We're all family here. You get us together and we have fun. We've all been out there in it and we share stories. And guys, we just want you guys to know what it is that can set yourself apart, especially ladies. I've got a panel full of ladies today. And I'm sure you can see that. You didn't need me to tell you that. But guys, I've got another lame dad joke for the second half of the show.
Here we go. All right.
I retained all of my guests. They stayed with us, Maz, and we're doing good.
Bring it,
Guys,
Buster.
Dana's on vacation today. I know you guys are looking for Dana. Dana's on vacation. Dana having some more fun. So, okay, check this out. All right, y'all ready? Ready, Maz?
I think so.
All right.
Tiffany said bring it.
Why did the landlord the landlord, guys. Why was the landlord seeking a psychiatrist, a clinical psychologist, and a licensed counselor?
Sounds
Wow.
like my Tuesday afternoon right there.
I'm trying to tell
Yikes.
you. He had an apartment complex.
Oh,
You know
Jesus.
what? You know what? I'm done.
Done.
I love
I'm
doing
done.
y'all. I love
Done.
doing y'all like that. I
Listen,
love it. I love it.
where are you getting these jokes? I want to
Tiffany,
talk to them.
girl, Tiffany
Mark Elder.
Paisley. Mark
Yes.
does have some good ones.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I love Mark Elder. Shout out to
Mark does have
him.
some good ones. Tiffany
Oh,
Paisley,
yeah.
do I pass
Mark
today?
just got burned.
Mark,
Not an
Mark,
apartment complex. I'm
girl, I'm
done.
trying to tell you. It's Bill Belichick
Yes.
says, as my
The
kids
whole
would say,
internet just
ugh,
rolled their eyes.
another dad joke. Bill
Oh,
Belichick's a dad too. We get a chance to talk about that kind of thing. So we
oh.
dads. Bill, I'm outnumbered. Pray for me, brother, here today. But you know what? I love it because there are successful women on the show today, including Mez. And
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
I think this show should be encouraging for ladies that are in job search. Some of you
Mhm.
ladies, and I'm looking at Karen as I say this, some of you ladies might have had it with corporate America. And you've had this thing in the back of your head.
Mm.
You want to start your own company, and your head didn't blow up, hopefully. But
No, I've had
No.
it.
yeah,
Them are
and you want
fighting
to start
words
your
right
own
there.
company and add some value, like what I did. I
Mhm.
started my company and I added some value in a space that I
Mhm.
saw that was needed.
Mhm.
And Karen has done that. Casey has done that. All of us actually.
Right.
And so anyway, you ladies be encouraged. So let's keep going. We were going to cover something. What was that you
Nigel?
said,
We-
Nigel?
We're going to talk about transition,
Okay, let's
right?
do it.
We have somebody saying, how do I go from being a teacher in the classroom to
Oh, good,
redirecting my career?
good
Right.
question.
And I'd love to hear your feedback on that. In the chat, just let you know there's a job fair coming up tomorrow.
Oh,
Anybody interested in working for a municipality in Fort Worth, there's a job fair between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Google for the info because it's not listed there. But generally speaking, Casey, tell me how you would tell, if you were coaching this guy, what you would tell him about transitioning from a classroom back into corporate America.
So my first question would be, how long have you been in the classroom?
Yep.
Because that's going to make a
great question.
difference.
Mhm.
And we see a lot of this, not just with people trying to transition from one career to another, but even those like that are coming out of the military,
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
see that we have a difficult time relating their skills. So what I would recommend is that number one, you get with a good resume writer, because you really need that person to be able to tell your story. And I
Uh-huh.
know you probably don't want to spend the money on it, but you're talking about your career here. Make the investment, because
Mhm.
and look for a certified professional resume writer. That's been my experience with
What
them.
certifications? That's out of curiosity. What kind of certifications, Casey? Because I don't even know about a professional
It,
resume
it,
writer.
it's an actual certification, and it's called
Okay.
Certified Professional Resume Writer. So CPRW.
Oh
Mhm.
wow. Okay.
It's an
I did
actual
not know that.
certification.
I
Guys,
heard
if
you
you're
read.
looking for a really good one, I'm going to say this. I don't know if she has that certification, but she's career BFF. Anna Morgan is really good
Anna
with what she,
Morgan. Oh
Anna
yeah.
Morgan, she is really good with what she puts out. And she has a great presence on LinkedIn, and she usually is doing speaking engagements and other things. So she is great. You might want to just reach out to her, and she has reasonable rates.
Morgan,
Yes.
what was her last name?
Her name is Anna Morgan.
Anna Morgan. Sorry.
Uh-huh. She's
She has
out in
2 first
Atlanta.
names.
I thought she was in Houston. She's in Atlanta.
She's in Atlanta.
Nice.
Casey, you have one too, don't you?
Yeah, I was going to share
Oh
Christy
yeah.
Klein
Christy
with
Klein. I was gonna bring her.
Okay.
yeah, and you can go to wewriteitnow.com, and I've had personal success when I have candidates, especially higher level candidates, that
Mhm.
they have so much experience that you look at their resume and you're like, I have no idea what you do. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
I have
true.
no idea
That's
what you do.
fair.
You need clarity in your resume. I'll send them to her, and like one in particular that I can think of, and actually
Mhm.
met through the Who You Know network. He had been unemployed for 18 months, and his
Oh.
resume was a wreck. And I sent him to her.
Mhm.
She redid his resume. Within a month and a half, he had a job.
Oh,
That
that's
brings
great.
up a good point. I want to make this very plain. If you have a lot of experience, which a lot of us do as job seekers, especially if you get up there, your late 40s, early 50s, you have a lot of experience under your belt. You hush, sir. Anyway, you have to know what you want to do. So let's say you get laid off, you have to know, are you mobile? You know, maybe your kids have moved out and you can go, oh, this is a perfect excuse not to have a bedroom for my kids to come home to. And I am definitely mobile, or I would like to do some remote stuff. Have a location. That's what I say to a lot of these squirrel kids, no offense to, because I'm a squirrel, you know, I'm allowed to say it. And I always say, pick a location, start there. Where do you want to physically be in your job search or even in your career? And what industry from there? And does the location match the industry? Because I could be in Hawaii. I would love to be in Hawaii or the Persian Islands, you know, but if my industry that I want to work in isn't there, it ain't gonna match. So you have to have a location first and then a industry target. So sorry, Casey, I will let
That's
you go.
okay. I just want
Can't
to tie
help you
this
if you
back.
don't know where you want to go.
Yeah, and I just want to tie this back to why I was talking about the certified resume writer, because whenever you are transitioning, whether it's from one career to another or from the military into civilian life, you number one, you got to know what it is you want to do.
Yeah,
You know, I have people that come to me and they say, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm like, but what do you want to do? I can't help you not do that, you know?
Right.
So
yeah, we can't go anywhere.
yeah. And so you need to have a very clear idea of where you want to go and then work with that resume writer to tell that story of how the skills you have now translate into the role you want.
Right.
That's what you need your resume to do.
Casey, I think you just hit a great point. And here's what I want to say. I want to piggyback on what she said. You need to choose your preferences. We do not do that for you. You have to figure that out before you come see us. When you get to the resume writers, guys, invest in the resume for the level that you are going to. You will not get a $29.99 resume as an executive. So please get that out of your mind. This is not the Walmart of career. No, I can't do that for you. And I love you to death, but you're going to have to invest some money into your brand, particularly, like you said, the higher level candidates and Christy Klein. If you're going there, expect to pay for the level of salary and position that you are, or you're targeting. And if you're transitioning, let's say from mid-level manager to senior leader, make sure that you invest in a senior leader resume, not the one for the level that you're currently on. The position that you're targeting, your investment should match that.
That is so good.
Now, Casey, I can't believe that I constantly see this. I'm still facing it. I'm hearing it in different groups, and people are still being told. People with 25 years of experience are being told, "Oh, you only need to have a one-page resume." Y'all,
oh no,
come on, now. Come on, son. That's what me and my head say. Come on, son. Guys, think about that now. I don't even have to explain that, I hope.
No. Right. I think the days of the one-page resume are so long gone. And I saw somebody posted a comment about how, and I think it was Jason that said that he used to do only like 10 years of experience on his resume. And then, but he was saying he had 20 or 25 years. But you don't need to only do 10 years of experience. In fact, I highly recommend not doing that, just because sometimes it can appear misleading to the hiring manager. Like, where's the rest of the, your experience? But what you can do is you can detail out the last 10 years, because that's the most relevant, and then put additional experience, and then just name the company and the years employed there and the position. Just bullet pointed after that.
That is great feedback, because that's how mine looks. Guys, I have a 2-page resume that's hard to get into 2 pages. And then I have a 3-page resume that outlines everything that I've done that's additional experience. So things like talking on this podcast, LinkedIn contributions and things like that. That's on the 3rd page. But the main experience is in the 2 pages with a short section that details out the other experience, because to Casey's point, it's misleading if you only share 10 years. Now, when you fill out your application, you can put in the last 7 years or 10 years, and that's all you have to put there, right, on the application. But the resume, not the application. So make sure you share everything that you've done, because you don't know who's going to read it and how they're going to say, oh, I used to work there, or I knew somebody who worked there, or I'm familiar with that organization, and how it will make you a better fit for the role that they're hiring for.
And it's talking points during the interview too. It's like, oh, I saw you bullet pointed this, and it's relevant to the position that you're trying to hire into. So it gives a talking point. So you're not just sitting there like a fish on a freaking dock. Like, what do I do? What do I do? So that's a great point. Karen, your thoughts?
Well, I'm just loving all of this. Nigel brought up the brand part, and because I've transitioned into entrepreneurial, I come at it from that perspective a lot of times, and that you are always building your personal brand. Always. You never know when that's going to be relevant. And back to the question that gentleman asked about transitioning out of teacher, I bet if he were to look at what he's really done, there have been a lot of times where he's been consulting, he's done panels, he's done other things that literally could be his consistent brand. And maybe that's where he finds, or for our military guys, where they find their joy is in the things they didn't necessarily get paid for, but they really, really loved doing, were passionate about. And that's where I see working with either a career coach or someone that can help you delineate those things out so that you can find your purpose, so that you're not just pursuing a job. You actually have a career, a passion, a purpose, and that's what you build your brand around.
And teachers and moms and even stay-at-home dads trying to get back into the workforce, they don't get enough credit. Are you kidding me? I cannot wait for my kids to go back to school. I cannot wait. Look, they have negotiation skills. They have culinary skills. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Definitely
Project management. I'm sorry. You have to have time management. You have to be able to work with many different brain levels. So just a
You're
shout out
negotiating with terrorists every day.
They are. They're mini freaking psychopaths. I swear to God.
Many teachers, you guys, I have observed many teachers going into training and development, guys. I know a lady that taught school for 30 years, and she was hired, and it was a smaller company, but they really paid her well because they wanted her to come in and develop a whole program for them for training the individuals they were going to hire to go out and do what they had to do. There's my man Derek Galindo out there. What's up,
Derek knows about negotiating with terrorists.
Yeah. Well, he popped in with that one, right? It's like, he's like, yes,
that's
we
right.
negotiate with them. Exactly.
Yeah, guys, my mom was a school teacher for 40 years. And when she was through, she was through. But you know what? She was a professor at Baylor at one time. And I remember Baylor calling her, asking her if she would develop some curriculum on training. So that's something to think about, guys. That is an open door for a lot of you teachers, is that training and development.
I want to say this for everybody else who's thinking about transitioning. Mez had a great point bringing up all of the things that you do in your everyday life. For people who have been maybe stay-at-home moms and want to get back, listen, leverage everything. Bible's real clear. All things work together. There is nothing that you have done that you should not be publicizing and sharing about your skill set. And I don't care if you're the house manager of, for 5 kids. It takes a lot of project management for that, management of schedules. Maybe you decide you want to be an executive assistant. I would be leveraging that experience and definitely sharing it, because it's spot on for what you're going to do for executives in a corporate office, right? You're going to manage when they eat, when they fly, where they're going to meet.
Accounting, billing, taxation, like everything.
Absolutely. Just use everything. Right. Any experience that you have is valuable. So use it to build your personal profile and find your ideal role.
Philip had a good look at y'all look at Phil Young's comment. Teachers can work on account teams that support major clients by teaching the client how to use the company's software. If you're a software company, and
that's brilliant.
If somebody buys your software, don't you think they're going to come to you and say, "Hey, how do I use this stuff?" Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked to several teachers that are master whizzes at the LMS side of what we do. So it's just so important. But I love what you just said, Nigeal. And I think it's just so important that we get help, right? That's why it's so important to hire someone to help you, because you know your story, but being able to articulate it in a way that reaches the audience you're trying to reach or helps you stand out, going back to what we started, is so important. So yeah, you maybe be doing this job search by yourself, but you're never alone in it. That's why you have people like, the Anna and Christy and Casey and Nigel and myself. Like you don't have to do this alone.
No. And that's what we're here for. We want, pick our brains. We want you to come up to us and just ask the right questions, get the stuff out of our brain that are, especially I'm most inexperienced one here, so definitely them. And we want to help. Like, you're not going to bother us. You're not going to,
Hello.
be.
Yes.
Yes. So
I love what Coach Karen said about being a serial volunteer. Guys, my inbox is always open on LinkedIn. You can ask me any question there. You really can, and I answer. I read resumes, I send feedback, and I'll tell you, listen, do not send me an encyclopedia, but I will read your resume and give you some basic pointers. But you need a resume writer, because I didn't write mine. You need to go and make sure you connect with somebody with that skill set. To Casey's point, get a certified resume writer and let them tell your story, help you articulate your story in a way so it'll resonate with the audience that you're going after.
I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. So Nigel and I are business partners, y'all, and we have been for years, and we are putting together an ebook about job search. There's going to be a series of them, so you guys look for that. We're going to let you know when things are going on, but it's going to be very, very valuable, I think.
It is.
I'm guessing you're gonna have different series, kind of like a soap opera, where you have negotiation, interview, trauma, and it is traumatic. I mean, I'm joking, but it is traumatic because one, you definitely want to sell yourself and you want to be confident, but then at the same flip side, you're scared out of your mind. I mean, I was laid off for, Foster, I was like 10 months. 10, almost
that's
a year.
great. Somebody said include dad jokes in the ebook.
Yes, exactly. That's how you stand out when you start an interview.
That's right, Tiff. I'm going to put them in there. That's something me and Nigel didn't even consider. Yeah, we're going to do that.
We didn't. I was hoping we could skip that, but thank you, Casey. I have you to thank for that.
You're welcome. Here to help.
See, guys, I built this network by listening to you guys. The information that's shared, the things that you guys are going through, all of this sort of stuff. Yeah. Sometimes Nigel and I can tell you, oh, do this in this case and do that in that case. But you know what? We learn by serving you guys. That's what God told us to do.
And you know what the other thing is, Foster, is that, guys, I've been a part of this network. How do you think I found Foster? I was a part of this network, right? Yeah. And it wasn't because my position was eliminated. I worked at a Teamsters Union facility. I married the chief union steward and negotiator. I learned from the best. And because I was getting married out there. Right. Yeah. In case Fisher's listening, I learned from the best, and I ended up having to find a new job. So it's like, okay, I found the South Lake Focus Group. I found Gina Bivens. I found Foster. I found Pete, and went from there. And it's the reason that I'm so, if you say, ecstatic about the community, because I actually have benefited from it. So don't think we haven't been where you are.
I've been there, and I've been through the transition as well. Piggybacking off of that, I was a biochemical engineer in oil and gas for 10 years. And then just shout out to James. I can't pronounce your last name, but I did a full 180. And there are resources to get overeducated again to get into the field. So now I'm an IT project manager. So I've been through the network. I've networked. I've used the resources, and they're never getting rid of me. I don't care if they tell me to leave or not. So
could you just choose something easy next time, Miz? Come on, biochemical engineer, IT. We just want to make the rest of us look bad.
I'm illiterate. I can't write a sentence to save my life, but
look
at her future husband. She loves a good challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to
Derek. There's a lot more. As I travel across the United States on Zoom, sometimes I'm in the car. I go to Atlanta and stuff and join in with those folks. And we got guys. I want you guys out in the East Coast, the lower East Coast. And what I mean is down around Washington D.C. and stuff. You guys need to know about CNM. Foster, what are you talking about? CNM stands for Career Network Ministry, and it is awesome. It is run by a guy named Bob Korzeniewski. Now, don't ask me how to spell that. Y'all don't ask me how to do that. My mom was a teacher, but I ain't that good. And guys, check them out. Google them up. Another idea, job seekers, because it seems to be saturated Texas and eastward with networking, but there are things going on west of here. And go to Google and Google up job search network groups, and you'll be surprised what'll come up. You'll be surprised what you can find in your area.
And we're international too.
Yeah, that's true.
Nigel's a great example of that. She's worked
in France. Oh yeah.
We have Greece, we have Italy, we have
Monia Ciccone, good to see you in Italy. If you're with us, hey.
Right. There's something else. I'm forgetting, Foster, that we have connections to, but we are definitely the largest job search network in the world.
And that wasn't our intention, but y'all, we've got a need here, and people need to know how to get out here. But the main thing in job search, guys, I'm getting on my Jobfather soapbox, is connecting. How do we connect with people? There it is. There you go.
Spooky
the creepy stare. They do it Dana and him do it every single week. I'm like,
so I do want to throw out real quick that I also, if you're in the Dallas area, run an organization called Success North Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 36-year-old networking organization founded by Bill Wallace. And it's not just for job seekers. It's not set up to help job seekers, but it does help job seekers because you've got your business leaders and business owners there in the room with you each month. And we do give you time, if you are in transition, to let our community know that you're in transition. If anybody there can help you, they'll come up to you.
That's great. I'd love to check it out, Casey. If you share that information offline, I'd love to check it out.
Nigeal, I would love for you to be my guest.
And
look at that.
They've been around a long time. Hey, Shannon Priest, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Phil. I see Phil on here. He's made a ton of good comments. And Dan Moore said writing is overrated. So for the people who feel like Dan, get the certified resume writer.
Yes.
Nice.
I
learned that.
Maz just put in the chat. We cannot forget. Actually, next week, we're going to have
I was going to say good segue.
Yeah. From North Texas Lead. Check them out, guys. North Texas LEAD.
North Texas Lead.
And that LEAD stands for Leaders and Executives Advocating Diversity. Yeah,
I'm not typing that out. I'm not doing it.
As the definition of diversity changed over the last 10 years.
Yeah, it has. It really has. So, but we're going to have a guest next week. It's either going to be Gina or it's going to be Sonia. I believe it's going to be Sonia or both. So please, they were supposed to be on this show today, but they had another event, unfortunately. So we have another jam-packed session next week as well. What else did I want? What else? I want to finish off with go ahead.
I want to encourage everybody to go to NorthTexasLEAD.org. Y'all go check them out. And another thing I want you to do, y'all know I'm the Jobfather, and it's not just for Texas. So go and check out every Monday at 4:30 Texas time. I want you guys to go to transitionmasters.org. It's a bunch of coaches that get together and help us put out how we are going to explain to people what it is that we do. Because guys, that's nice when we have our little 30-second speeches and things in networking groups. And some people teach us to be cute, but Casey said it earlier. Okay, I see all these words and stuff out here, and you just told me, and I still don't know what it is that you do. So these coaches will help us explain ourselves, guys. And it is transitionmasters.org. Check it out.
I think I got it right in the chat. Yay!
Last thoughts, Foster. North Texas Lead, guys, is a diversity organization, but it is not just for minorities. Just go over there, regardless of what your ethnicity is. just go to North Texas Lead. There's a ton of great information there. A lot of relationships about premier employers in Dallas, Raytheon, all of those good employers that people want to be with. Yeah, check them out.
There's been something I've noticed with them, guys, when they endorse candidates, sometimes a company that you might be interested in doesn't even have a job posted for you, but they'll create one. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but oddly enough, I've seen it happen enough to mention it.
I bet it happens to people who stand out, Foster.
That got Karen Booyah.
Mic drop.
We'll see you guys next
I
week.
hear the music. Guys,
All right.
I love you guys
See you
so
guys.
much. Have a great weekend, ladies. Great show. Great show. See you next week, everyone.
See ya.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian